Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Walsh. And going to start off, we're going to have a couple of guests on this evening and talk about a few things. And we're going to start off with a video. This is a report from WTHR, Indianapolis, Indiana, a NBC affiliate locally here. And let's just let it go.
With ties to a neo-Nazi group, evade detection and land a job with the Lafayette Police Department? Well, this is a discovery exposing an unsettling problem in police recruiting across Indiana. Tonight, our Sandra Chapman takes us to the front lines of this fight, where those combating extremism are now taking notice.
A proud moment now and an embarrassing admission for the Lafayette Police Department.
This was a mistake. We own it 100%.
Lafayette police say it was a mistake to hire Joseph Zacharek, a recruit with neo-Nazi ideologies that went undetected for months. Lafayette police didn't know about his ties until someone tweeted, "It looks like you just hired a Nazi." Within hours of the post, Zacharek, a New York native and former tank crewman for the Army, was fired. The probationary officer was hired back in June and had no enforcement action or uniform contact with the public. But for 11 weeks, he got a front row seat to police training and tactics at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, training extremists and their groups can exploit.
Somebody was actually hired by your department. How concerning is that?
It's very concerning to us, and it's something we take very seriously.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says National Socialist and neo-Nazi organizations are known for their hatred for Jews and other minorities. They're one of 20 designated hate groups across Indiana. Terry Turchi is a former FBI counterterrorism expert.
Should we be concerned that they're trying to get into government agencies or into police departments? Absolutely. It means we should cast a light on the whole background process.
Before a recruit can attend the ILEA, they must pass a polygraph, a background check, a merit board interview, medical exam, and a psychological exam. The goal is to detect any red flags. But 13 Investigates has discovered a glaring problem. Aside from criminal histories, not all departments conduct the same level of background checks. And the ILEA simply accepts whatever the departments provide.
I think we can do a better job in the background investigation. We will explore every opportunity for training that we can find and shore up any deficiencies that we have in terms of the hiring process.
The executive director of the ILEA declined to speak on camera about the gaps, so we posed our questions to one of the most experienced agencies dealing with extremists. Someone tied to a neo-Nazi group is able to be hired by a police department and is able to then learn training and figure out what law enforcement do. They're infiltrators.
I share your concern that it is a concern, but hiring processes and procedures of a local office will be outside the purview of the federal government.
Robert Alex Middleton is the assistant special agent in charge at the Indianapolis FBI field office. The FBI sees on average 60 incidents a year in Indiana, many involving violent extremist groups.
What we are seeing across the nation and the state of Indiana is an increase in how we define racially or ethnically motivated violent extremism.
Our efforts uncovered elaborate plans to endanger the lives of law enforcement officers, government officials.
Government targets are a close second, like the alleged kidnapping plot aimed at Michigan's governor.
I never could have imagined anything like this.
Middleton says that incident was foiled and arrest made due to joint work with police.
We're not wanting people to be hatching terrorist plots and kidnapping politicians, whether they agree with them or not.
In the Lafayette case, Zacharek's blog writings from 2016 were obtained by an unidentified person who tweeted the information to the department just weeks before Zacharek's law enforcement graduation. In the post, Zacharek allegedly identifies himself as a National Socialist and writes, "It wasn't until I started working as an EMT in the inner city that I openly questioned the view that all races are equal.
This was information that was not available to us during that background investigation.
Deputy Chief Bishop believes hackers gained access to the blog in question, which was taken down in 2018.
Are there lessons learned from that? Yes, and those have been made painfully obvious right now.
The big question remains, what about the next small department the next time?
Once again, that was from WTHR, Channel 13 out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and a local report I felt should be drawing national and international attention. It's on the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Well, what we just saw were reasons for EAR, end all racism. When I said I wanted to do this, begin this organization, I had two things that were on my mind, one of which was a complete review of every police department in the United States. And the second was a national database of tattoos that law enforcement officials had. And I think both of those are going to be necessary. Now, EAR isn't be about replacing anything or any organization. It's not us or, it's us and, okay? It's not going to be an alternative to BLM. It's going to be totally different from BLM. It's going to be totally different from the NAACP. It's not going to be in competition with, it's going to be in addition to. And right now I want to introduce our first board member formally. Apollo, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Pleasure to introduce you as the first formal member of EAR, and thanks for coming on board.
It's an honor, man. You know, this is needed in the world, you know?
I totally agree with that. I don't think there's anything any bigger we could try to draw attention to other than racism.
Yeah, because it won't solve every problem, but it'll solve a lot of problems.
It will. And like I've said, you know, we're not going to do this to be in place of something. We're doing this in addition to. We're doing it to be to bring more attention, not to compete with any other kind of group. We're not competing with BLM or the NAACP or anything like that.
Right.
We're going to be different.
Right.
And again, thank you for coming on board.
Right. Oh, like I said, it's an honor, man. It's a pleasure.
I got to give a shout out to a couple people before I forget. I got to give a shout out to True, and I got to give a shout out to DD, and also to Jen. Some people that keep me in the loop, so to speak, with a lot of different things, and I've haven't been talking about them enough. So let's talk about EAR for just a second before we move on. You have anybody in mind that you want to bring on board?
Well, I haven't thought about that far as yet. I was just more trying to think about agendas and you know goals and stuff. That was more on my mind and more
Awesome.
Who to join right now. You know.
Yeah. I've got a guy in mind. Also, we were supposed to be joined by one other person that is going to come on board, but I don't know if there's a miscommunication, technical difficulties, what happened, but it's just you and me tonight. So
that works.
And I'm cool with that. I got a guy in Louisville that I really want to be a part of this. A young man that I think would be perfect once we get things. Once we get a base established, so to speak, we get a little foundation established and we're actually ready to start doing some things.
And that'll be tight too, having different people in different states. That'll make it so it can get bigger faster.
That's exactly what I want to do. I want to have somebody, I'd like to get somebody in each and every state.
Right.
From the jump, and we grow it that way.
Right.
And one of the reasons I think EAR is going to be important is because of the growth of groups like the Proud Boys.
Right.
And have you seen what the Proud Boys have been up to on the weekends in Washington, D.C. and other cities?
Yeah, I seen that, man. They're getting crazy out there. A couple stabbings and stuff. And I think somebody from my area, not probably about 10 minutes away, was, I guess, involved. I don't know. I just kind of heard that. But supposedly someone from Robbinsdale, Minnesota was involved or stabbed or hurt or something like that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right about 5 or 10 minutes away from me. And it's like, I don't know. It's crazy what's going on. But like I said, I still go back to, we got one of the best military in the world. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you, because I mean, if they decide they're going to go into black neighborhoods and that crazy, then hey, that's just what it is. Whatever unfolds, unfolds. But I doubt that'll happen. But like I said, we got a very strong military, and I think it's a lot of people that are just besides themselves because we didn't have leadership that's beside themselves, that's been running our country. So that done brought out a lot of wild thinking and a lot of people that normally wouldn't do stuff they're doing. It's like bad kids with a babysitter to let you do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
Comparison, man.
Yeah, you leave the kids with a babysitter that's going to be on the phone with their boyfriend the whole time and not paying attention to the kids.
The kids out there acting bad as hell.
Well, I want to share a couple of things that I've learned about the Proud Boys. First of all, the first one comes from the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were established in the midst of the 2016 presidential election by Vice Media co-founder Gavin McInnes, and the Proud Boys are self-described Western chauvinists who adamantly deny any connection to the racist alt-right, insisting they are simply a fraternal group spreading an anti-political correctness and anti-white guilt agenda. Okay, I've learned that's not the case anymore. All right. From the Sun Sentinel, one of the leaders of the Proud Boys, the far-right group that President Donald Trump told to stand back and stand by during a presidential debate, is trying to rebrand the organization as explicitly white supremacist and anti-Semitic.
Right.
Kyle Chapman, the founder of a tactical defense arm of the Proud Boys, known for engaging in street violence, claimed in a message on the encrypted chat app Telegram that he has staged a coup against the current leader of the Proud Boys. We will confront the Zionist criminals. It just feels like it has to be read with a German accent.
With anger, though. You got to add some anger to it.
We will confront the Zionist criminals who wish to destroy our civilization. Anyway,
I think I kind of know something about this. Isn't the leader like Latino or something like that?
Well,
and it's a white guy that doesn't want him to be the leader no more because he doesn't like his the way he's taking it.
Yes, Enrico Taro.
Right.
It is or was the leader. Evidently, there's been a coup.
Right.
That the white guy Kyle Chapman has taken it to a different. He's wanting to take it. He says, we recognize that the West was built by the white race alone, and we owe nothing to any other race. Chapman also wrote that he has renamed the group the Proud Goys, G-O-Y-S, referring to the Jewish term for non-Jews that neo-Nazis have tried to appropriate and use to symbolize their anti-Semitism.
Was that over a month ago that he made that statement? Maybe 2 months ago?
I had it from earlier in the week.
Oh, I don't know why I read that somewhere, that whole scenario, and I was just like I said, it's just like, it's crazy that that's going on in the United States, but it's like at the same time, it's like.
Now, yeah, just about a month ago, this Enrique Tarrio, T-A-R-R-I-O, he came out and said that he disavowed racism. He disavowed anti-Semitism. He disavowed any ism that had to do with basically he was just saying he's a chauvinist. He believes male dominance over female, but that's where his line ended. So apparently this Kyle Chapman has taken over and is rebranding the group as he's calling it what it is, a white supremacist group and an anti-Semitism group, as well as a chauvinistic group. Now, what Wikipedia says is the Proud Boys is a far-right neo-fascist, male-only political organization that promotes and engages in political violence in the United States and Canada. It's taken its name from the song Proud of You, Proud of Your Boy from the 2011 Disney musical Aladdin. Although the Proud Boys emerged as part of the alt-right. Yeah.
Is this real?
This is real.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Man.
I had no, so for those of you at home that are laughing really hard, and in case you were laughing and somebody missed it, let me reread that. The group has taken its name from the song Proud of Your Boy from the 2011 Disney musical Aladdin. So, not familiar with the musical, but that's
weird, man. It's some weird times right now, dude. It's
are
like,
we in some weird times?
I'm ready to wake up, man. It's like, what's going on, dude? This is crazy. And they're out there really active, though. That's the thing about this. Some guys are out there really active.
Oh, they're out there very active.
That's crazy to me, though. It's like, what's going on? This is super crazy.
If and the only you know, it's hard to tell who the enemies are until you get statements like this.
Right.
And then you understand that, man, just about everybody's their enemy unless you're a extremely straight, white, homophobic, racist guy. Then you're on their team.
I still believe that the leadership played a role with the exposure. I honestly believe that. I believe that, like, the next administration, even though, to be honest with you, I don't really fully deal with both administrations. It's just whatever they do their thing. But I feel like the next administration ain't gonna really play this stuff that's been allowed. I think it's gonna be some different babysitters. I don't know to what extreme they're gonna shut it down, but I don't think it's gonna be like it was.
Well, I wasn't planning on putting it right here, but let's lead into that. What did you think when you heard Grandmaster Jay had been arrested on federal charges?
Man, I'll be honest with you, the way that scenario's playing out, my mind went two directions.
Okay.
Either this is planned out and he working with them people and they're about to use that database to take out the soldiers, or A, or B, he done pissed off the wrong person that he was cool with and they're spanking him on his butt. It's one or the other. That's my theory on it.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it could be over here. Like, I don't know that man personally, but it's like he could be totally working with them people and setting up all the militant people just to put them in a database. Who knows? And maybe even possibly get them arrested. Or over here, like I said, a lot of people don't know this about Grandmaster Jay. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of pick up some mental illness, some trauma in his life that got him who the person he is today. And people don't look into people that deep. I look into people and I look for energy and I look for personality and just how they move. And it's just like, I've been paying more attention to him since he's been in the news. And I'm just like, hey, this man got a disorder going on in my mind. And I feel like people aren't even watching what's happening right now. It's just like, you can tell he's been through some stuff and he's trying to prove himself and he wants to prove himself. And now it's like this whole, whatever that is, could have got him in this deep trouble, because we'll find out tomorrow if they're playing with him or not. You know, that tomorrow will tell the truth if they're playing with him or not. If it's just a slap on the wrist, it's like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna make me a little bit more skeptical, but I'm not that invested in it. But it's like, it would make me a little bit more skeptical on that he's probably on A, you know. But if they go for real at him, it's like, oh man, he must have pissed somebody off and they're trying to prove a point, like, we're gonna shut you up. Even if you were being upfront and playing by the rules, we're still about to spank you. That could totally be what's going on.
That's what I think's going on, but you got an interesting perspective there. I hadn't considered that, you know. I mean, all of us have shit that happens to us, you know, and some of us have really bad shit happen to us.
You know what makes me go down that road with him? I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you know what makes me go down that thought with him? It's because I look at, a lot of people are talking crap about him, you know, and it's like, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I didn't talk my little stuff about him, but the thing about it is, I'm more of a different aspect with him, how I look at him now. It's more like, I just watch just different moves, like how he was the Black Lives Matter. Then I seen a video of him rapping about being a gospel rapper, and he's not a typical rapper. Then I'm looking at all this pattern, and I'm kind of, like I said, I like to look at the brain. And what I come from that is like, okay, present day, I feel like he's a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel like that. And that's a mental illness. What people don't understand is that I heard from a doctor, little conversation, that a narcissist can be developed from a life that the trauma in their life that they went through. And with him, if I was to take a guess, and I could be totally wrong, and I know I'm going to piss people off, but like I said, I have a right to analyze and speak my opinion. So I
Yeah.
really don't care. Because you get a lot of people in your comments, oh my God, some people be going crazy. But anyways, I don't know, man. It's just like they going crazy at the nurse home, wherever they at, they going crazy in your comments, man. But anyways.
But that's okay, man. That get, you know, I like the fact that
I'll be laughing.
in a place where people can come and voice what they, you know, and a lot of people don't agree with a whole bunch of shit I say, but
yeah, and it's funny though. How they get so mad, it's funny though.
I'm not trying to get anybody mad ever.
You can't do it though, because like I said, they're following this guy for a reason. He got a disorder. This is just my guess though. But I feel like he's been trying to prove himself for a lot of years. Like as far as like that he the man. Like I feel like the Black Lives Matter video I seen surface is like, okay, he trying to infiltrate that and he wanted to be the standout person. Then he was a rapper and he was saying he ain't like the other rappers. I'm a rapper of God, where it was like this, whatever he wasn't that. It's like these characters you create that I'm noticing he creating. And then to see where he is right now, like see he ran for president, he was another character, and to see where he is right now, and it's just like he's like really seeking this admiration. And it's just like, and it's almost like a narcissistic disease or something like that, that they said these people have, that some people can have, and it usually comes from a trauma in their life. If I was to guess, and I could be totally wrong, if I was to guess, he probably got made fun of a lot, like starting in probably elementary to high school, to going to the military. I think in all them scenarios, he got made fun of, or it turned out in a negative way that hurts his self-esteem, that makes him overcompensate with what he's doing. And I think that's why I said, I'll see what happens with court tomorrow. Because if court tomorrow, he just gets to stop on the wrist or whatever it is, like I said, it could go either way. But it's like, I'm just really thinking that he's trying to stroke his ego, and it feels good to be in the spotlight because trauma, whatever he went through, got him in this narcissistic mind state. And like I said, you look at his living room, pictures of himself everywhere. He's trying to create this legacy. He's trying to create this thought to put in your head of, this is who I am. This is who you're going to think I am. And that right there, just seeing the extreme and a purpose that he's doing it purposely. Like I said, it just made me look at him in that way. Like I said, I'm not really trying to disrespect man when I'm saying what I'm saying, even though I didn't talk my crap about him, but I actually kind of feel sorry for the brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that there's something going on that people aren't seeing and why he's doing what he's doing. And people are following it because there's a lot of trauma, and especially the Black community, there's a lot of trauma. And with trauma comes mental problems. You know what I'm saying? When I say mental problem, I mean you're crazy, but it's mental damage.
Right.
And if you don't get it assessed and talk with someone about it, it plays itself out differently in your adulthood. And with him, if I was to analyze him from a doctor's perspective, I would say, I bet this guy was hurt and talked and made fun of a lot coming up, even in his older years. And he's chasing the spotlight because he doesn't want to get made fun of. He wants to be part of everybody else. And that's why the NFAC is like, he's in love with it, because it's like he has a very good following. I mean, a very big following. It's not humongous, and I think it's limited how big he could ever get, but he does have a following. But if you look at the following, it's just like, okay, there's some people that's really in there for the heart, and they want to stand up and do this. But like I said, there's a lot of people that's just like sheep, blind sheep. They'll follow anything, and they got trauma too, and that's just what it is. But yeah, anyways, I know I drifted off with that, but that was just analyzing him. That came up on my mind when I was analyzing like the whole what's going on with the man. Because I feel bad if he goes to prison. He's older. That dude's almost 6 years old. It's like, I don't care what brought him there, but just to think of the fact he's gonna go be a victim of this little amendment that they don't want to change in the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Because prison, that's a extension of slavery. I don't care what they say. But yeah, criminals need to do something, but they go to extremes with it. They giving these guys like 10 cents an hour and barely feeding them, treating them like crap, talking like dogs, and they're taking advantage of that. That's why that needs to come out the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I feel bad if he ends up in that situation, but at the same time, I feel like someone in his circle or somebody in his life needs to have a conversation to make sure he's okay up there. Because I think it's some stuff going on. I don't mean he's crazy. I just think he got some trauma, some hurt, some anger, a combination of things going on in his head.
If he does, we all do,
Right, we all do.
And we all need help at times. And
right.
And by the way, I've lost your picture. All I've got your name.
Oh, hold on. Let me see something.
But I didn't want to interrupt you because you was on a roll.
Yeah. Oh, I probably shook my camera or something. Hold on. I might have to go back out and come back in. It'll take 2 seconds.
All right.
All right.
Interesting observations from Apollo. Not necessarily what I've personally a road I've personally been going down, but interesting observations. And if that's the case, no matter who it is, if it's Grandmaster Jay, if it's you, if it's me, with the world we're in, with the year we're in, people are going to have anxiety. They're going to have depression. They're going to have conflicts internally. Yeah, we're back.
Okay, all right,
I
let's
got
start.
you.
Yeah, I must have hit my camera.
No problem. You were just on a roll, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to stop you.
Yeah, like I said, that's just my like just looking from outside from a psychological perspective.
Yeah,
It's like I was trying to analyze this brother. I'm like, why is he doing what he's doing? Because I really don't believe what he's doing. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even disrespecting when I say that. I just don't believe it. What he's doing, I believe it's something else behind it. And basing it, what I'm trying to come up with is okay. This could be two different avenues. And like I said, tomorrow's going to say a lot with what's going on with him. If they spank him hard and for real, it's like I feel bad for that dude because that
that's
means
what I think.
that means the B is probably real. That whole narcissistic disorder that could be going and that could cost this man prison time, man. And I hope that ain't the case because, like I said, man, that's what is that, the 13th Amendment, whatever the hell that is, to make it so that slavery, well, whatever, they extended slavery and turned it into prisons. That's why I don't like seeing nobody go through that because they're animals in there, man. They treat them like animals in there. And that dude's almost 60 years old. That'll be real sad if that's the case.
That's what I think. I think it's B. I think that I don't know if it's necessarily, I'm not going to say it's narcissistic, but
right.
His he had engagements with the congressman from Louisiana,
right?
And he ended up, the congressman first invited him to his house, and I think that's a situation that might have led to all this happening.
It could be some powerful people, man, in DC.
And the other power figure I point to is the Attorney General of Kentucky.
Right.
And because you said, B, he pissed off the wrong people, are going to spank him a little bit. Right. And I think that those might be the people. And I hope I'm wrong because I don't, I haven't got to interview the guy yet. I sure don't want to see him go, I don't want to have to go to Terre Haute Federal Prison to interview the guy. I mean, I will, it's only a couple of hours away, but I
really hope he don't go to prison at all.
I hope he don't go to prison at all. That's what I'm saying. I haven't even got to interview him yet. I want to do it. I want to do it when he's outside and because I mean, technically, did he do something wrong? From what the pictures show, yes, technically he did, but you shouldn't be taking years away from a man for just a technicality, in my opinion. And I saw on the news today that they let somebody out of Louisiana that had been in jail for life for $20 worth of marijuana.
Wow. In Louisiana?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our judicial system, I swear to man, people be thinking people complain about racism and all that stuff. And it's just like, man, that stuff's real, man. Present day is just a little bit more hidden, but
yeah,
it's some mean people in this world, man.
And that's why we need EAR.
Right.
That's why we need to come together and get as many of us together as we can. Get enough of us together, we'll be listened to.
You want to know a thing that I like is been motivating me for a little while now, but it's like even the more stuff goes on, I realize that, man, because that's like my focus is young Black men. Like I like to deal with teenage up to upper or lower 20s, and the reason why that is because I'm about to, I'm 43 years old, so I gotta pass on my knowledge. Like with my sons, the way I say it to them is like, hey, I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to have your own mind. But just understand when I tell you stuff, I'm giving you a cheat code. I'm giving you a cheat sheet. So it don't mean that I'm 100% right all the time, but maybe if you try what I say, it's probably gonna do you right because I done already did it. You know what I'm saying? I got double the years you got. And to be honest with you, my sons listen to everything I say, not because I make them. It's because I'm proving myself that I'm giving y'all cheat sheets to life. I'm trying to make y'all buy a house by the time you're 23 years old. And so it's like,
I want to be the founder of this group, and I'll be the face of it as long as I've got a presence on the internet. Right. But all you all are going to be the group because it's all about going down. as
Right.
far as, and when I mean going down, I mean going down age-wise.
Right.
We gotta start passing down good things, because too many people are inheriting bad things. Too many people are inheriting ignorant things.
Right.
We got to start passing it down. So that's going to be my purpose. I'm just going to be, you all are going to be the heart and soul, and take this where you guys take it.
Right. Like I said, the young, that's why I see the young, they're the ones who's going to be our next politicians and
Absolutely.
stuff. And the thing about it is, most kids that come from poverty, and that's not, I'm not even just speaking on black when I say that, but just kids that come from poverty.
Oh yeah,
they
because
don't really get access to that.
White kids come from poverty too.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. They don't get access to that whole, hey, maybe you should think about going into politics. Maybe you should think about being a lawyer. They don't get access. Hey, you should join the Senate. You should join Congress. No one tells them that.
Nobody's talking to
Why
them.
you don't get their voice in the laws and in the fairness of, different benefits distributed and all that stuff. It's because no voice. And the thing about it is more, it seems like it's a little progressive. People are sneaking in now, but it's like, I still feel like the people that it affects the most, they don't never really get pushed to be in a situation where their voice can be heard and they can make a full difference. And I feel like if older people, maybe we should go to this different demographic and push this to them. That's why I'm so big on kids, because I feel like if you want to make change, you got to get the up and coming people, so that way they can keep the ball rolling with what you're trying to do, and then keep it going. Then they can teach the young ones and keep it going until they get to the level where it's supposed to be at. That's my thinking on the young people first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And that's what the group's going to be. That's what we're going to try to do. Okay, switch gears here for just a second. The vaccine. All right, the COVID-19 vaccine. First of all, I got to make a correction, because last time I talked about the vaccine, I said there had been a report about Bell's palsy and there wasn't any truth to it. There actually is some truth to it. That like 4 people out of 40,000 developed Bell's palsy, and a couple of people have developed rashes.
Right.
But outside of that, there hasn't been a whole lot of side effects. I'm still curious. I'm still observing. I'm still waiting to see, because a lot of people haven't had that second dose yet. They've just had that first dose.
Right.
And you get 2 doses. So I'm not in any rush to get it. I know a lot of people are.
Right.
Where are you at? What are you thinking?
I'm nervous about it, but I know eventually I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. But they just had a lady, I think it was Alaska, the lady who just had a really bad reaction to where she was in the hospital overnight. Like, that, I ain't gonna lie, that scared the heck out of me. But that's one out of a lot of people.
Right. Right.
Like, it's just, it's just one of those things where you never know how your body's gonna react to something. So it's like I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous about it, but everyone got with all these conspiracy theories and all that crap. I don't feed into that. The vaccine, they made it kind of fast. That makes you kind of skeptical. Then it's like the administration that's currently in office, that makes it even more. It makes me
absolutely.
And it's like, man, what y'all finna put in me? You finna turn me to a cyborg in 5 years, dude? I'm gonna be living rocks. I'm gonna turn into a cyborg in 5 years, man. That's gonna be crazy, man. But no, I'm joking, but I'm kind of serious. Like, it's kind of nervous. It was fast, and the people, you don't know what these people are out to. Like, I just found out that there were emails came out that they were going for this whole herd immunity where they were just gonna make everybody catch the virus on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, how do y'all just make that decision for the whole country? That's crazy, man. That's what makes me nervous. That type of stuff is what makes me nervous with the vaccine.
Yeah.
Just crazy people with some power, man. It's like I'm living in a comic book, man.
And there's talk about, a new world order that they're going to be like, just a handful of people controlling the entire world, and we're just going to be subjects. And that kind of thing. It's what, you're talking about. Well, let's just let everybody get the virus. Let's force everybody, that's the same kind of thinking, man.
Right.
That somebody thinks they can make decisions for literally everybody else in the world. And that's scary.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Playing God, man. That's why it's like, it's hard to trust that, man, because you never know to what extreme these people's minds will go, and that's kind of nerve-wracking, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And Trump has convinced some people, a lot of people, that that's what Joe Biden's going to do. You know,
Right.
he's going to be taking us with China into a new world order. When the whole time Trump was president, he was cozying up to the leaders of China, Russia, and North Korea.
Yeah, that's also these politics, man. You never know what these people are. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's all boiling down to some type of money-making scheme. That's the messed up part about it. Is, like I said, we got so much corruption in politics, man.
Yeah. Yeah. One final topic, and then I'll let you go for the night.
All right.
I was sent a video, and the video is about, I don't know if you heard about this or not. I hadn't heard anything about this, about the planets Saturn and Jupiter aligning in conjunction with the sun on the 21st of this month, in 4 days. All this is going to happen. And there was a song back in the 60s called The Dawning of the Age of Aquarius. And on the 21st of this month, that is the actual age of Aquarius beginning with these planetary alignments. There's supposed to be some kind of super energy released, a positive energy that we haven't seen in like 800 years, creative energies that we haven't seen in like 200 years. And we're supposed to be heading towards a really better place if we choose to get our shit together and go there. What do you think about that?
Where'd you hear that at? Oh shit. Man, you've been eating some mushrooms, man.
It was a guy named Kevin. Right. And it's just look up Saturn, Jupiter conjunction 12/21/20, and I'm sure you'll find the video. Actually, what I'll do is after I get this, we're recording live. After I get this processed and it's up, I'll put the link down in the comments.
And so what is supposed to happen? Is just supposed to be like this energy? Is it going to turn people good, or just it's giving the opportunity to turn things around?
It's going to give us the opportunity to turn things around.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to supposedly, if you want to be enlightened, you're going to be enlightened. If you want to create positive, you're going to be able to create positive. And whereas we've been held back supposedly, right, for a number of years because of the negative forces the planets have been putting on our planet, even actually slowing the spin of the planet down at times. Wow. And now the planet's going to spin just a slight bit faster and be more positive.
Man, I hope that's a reality. I mean,
I'd like to have the dude on my show before the 21st, obviously, but
yeah, 21st is Monday.
Huh?
21st is Monday.
Yeah, 21st is Monday. So I'm going to hope the guy's right. I'd love to have a whole bunch of positive waves come pouring out upon us. I think
it's needed after this crazy 4 years. How many years it's been on? It's like it's needed. This is like I told you, it's like living in a comic book.
Yeah. The other part of the thing, if you want to search it, if you're watching and you want to search it, and I haven't got the link in the comments yet, it was 12/21/20 Illuminati Saturn Jupiter conjunction. Supposedly the Illuminati, which I had mentioned earlier, one world order, that's who's supposed to be wanting the one world order. Supposedly they've had all this information for hundreds and hundreds of years, going back to like Galileo, and they just don't tell the rest of us. And Kevin's telling the rest of us. So,
man, I can't wait to see this unfold. Holy moly, that's some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. But maybe it'll give us some positiveness. Maybe EAR will take off. And,
hey, you never know, man. It's set up to do so. To be honest with you, what we just experienced, there's a lot of people from both sides that don't like that experience. And it's like, there's a lot of people that want to stand up, because I hear how different people talk that never used to talk that way. It's a lot of people that want to stand up. And it's like, that's why it's like, to be honest with you, before we go, I just want to say, like, I know we're gonna get a lot of negative comments, which I seriously don't care about it. But this is what I'm gonna say, the conclusion I came to. You can't bring everybody on board. Some people sit over there and play, and it's just like they can have whatever criticism they want, they can say whatever they want. That's fine. Do your thing, you do your thing. This is what we're on. Watch what happens if we pull this off. Watch what happens. That's the only thing I'll say about it, because that's fine. Do what you gotta do. Even if you got 4,000 there, you got 5,000 there. That's fine. Do your thing. But we got us, even if without that energy, we still can pull the move where people got to come together with like minds with an agenda that's positive and something that's with longevity. Period.
All right. We'll end it on that. I look forward to talking to you again, man.
Yeah, man. It was nice talking to you, man. I really appreciate it. Really, it was a good conversation.
And next time, let's see if we can unveil T-shirts next time we talk.
Hey, you know what? I might just order a couple. They take a couple weeks to get here, but I might just order a couple just to let people see, like maybe order like 4 or something. I'll let you know. I'll get in contact with you.
All right. Holler at me.
Hey, what size are you?
I am a large or extra large, depending on the shirt.
Okay.
I got big shoulders, and that's, other than that.
Right. I'm gonna get you a sleeveless EAR shirt, man.
There you go. Thank you, man. I love you. Thank you
so much. Talk to you. All right, talk to you later, bro.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. We'll talk soon.
All right, same to you, bro.
All right.
All right.
It is the American Doofus Show. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Help us grow what we're trying to get done here. Trying to end all racism. Don't be a doofus. Don't be a racist. Love you all. Until next time.